In light of Father's Day, let's take a look at the amazing dads of the Geet world. Girori, Ace's wish daddy, who just wanted to get rid of him. How about his first dad? They make him relevant? No, they didn't. They just used him as the basis for how he got that coin. But that man's long since been dust. How about Keiwa's dad? Oh yeah, he's dead. Well, at least there's Sunfire! Who, even though wished for Neon into existence for personal reasons, he's still been a good dad for her, right? He's still in the picture. God damn it. Plot threads that have been set up for months, seemingly abandoned, finally get their big payoff this week. But is it too little, too late to redeem what this show has told us it's been working towards? It's another episode that feels very traditional in a good way. So let's take a look at this week's Geets. When we last left Geets, he was being cornered by Jamatos with Neon. He quickly makes his main character status known to the beat of some new insert music just to beat down those Jamatos. But like clockwork, Keiwa and Azuma show up, but this time, they've got their minds made up. They want in on some of that rider game. The reason being is because they know that their supporters are up to shenanigans, but with the Jamato being awkward in their movements, it's time to suit up. All this while got arrested. So, Neon feels the need to comfort her mom until remembering that her mommy issues never really went away. It's cool though, because she doesn't need her mom. She's got a new friend that is always gonna be there by her side. Keiwa, on the other hand, is jobless still, since stealing a statue from his place of employment is easy grounds for termination, and instead is just going to rider it up. But it's fine, because Sarah's responsible enough for the two of them, taking on a second job to support themselves. Now back to accelerating the plot, because the new DGP heads meet up with our Left Behind supporters and upgrade them to Premium VIP, without any additional costs. Except for those of us that bought the Laser Raise Riser already, now having to fork over some more money for the Memorial Edition, just to get those cards. Our elevated VIPs go to pay Daichi a visit, as the answer for his sudden change has been explained via Christopher Reeves in that one episode of South Park. That's right, he's eating up all those freshly rooted Jamatos, and taking with them their insight from the fertilizer used to grow them. His latest batch of the Jamatos have all the new insight and research built directly into them. Sarah, on the other hand, gets a job faster than I've ever seen anyone else get a job. But when the Jamato attack, instead of realizing that she's powerless and reaching out to Keiwa, she instead decides to throw hands herself, running into Daichi in the process and forgetting just how sneaky he was prior, especially given the fact that everyone has gotten their memories restored. Why would he have any real means to help her? But let's forget about this for now, as he explains in detail how these new Parasite Jamatos work, and in their stages. Though, this is the last we see of Sarah, as she doesn't return home, but sends an ominous text to Keiwa instead. So they take the questions directly to Daichi, who tries to continue to play the game, but unlike Sarah, Ace isn't falling for it. Samus and Jito are out being villainous schemers, with Win showing up just to give us a JoJo-style pose-off. Out of suit thumbnail bait, you say?
Ladies and gentlemen, swapping industries and getting that well-earned pay. Let me reintroduce you to Galaxy Blade True King Form!
Presented by Hasbro. Thank you, Byatt, for that great introduction. Let's check in on Zio to see exactly how he's doing. That's right, Zio ain't got nothing on me now that I'm getting paid real money. Now, back to the commentary. as we join Ozma returning to the scene of the crime, breaking out that hardened. This Jamato is just ripe enough to get the horn.
But in case you thought this wasn't enough, how about taking the gray to it and getting some shredded salad?
You know, I do love me some salad.
Does Beroba like salad?
It doesn't matter what she likes because this bull ain't taking any of that shit.
On the other side of the map, Keiwa's got his hands full with Daichi, who shows the side effects of going strictly vegetarian, regressing back to primordial stew.
And these ancient Jamato types are just what's needed to make Geats 9 seem like base form at this stage. Daichi with the Imagine Shuffle on Keiwa, beating the pet mommies right out of him. Even a suplex isn't enough, because just enough time has been wasted.
Because as Buffa kicks it up a saw, Keiwa shows up just in time to see who Ozma's been given the horns to. It's none other than his sister Sarah.
Oh, we getting that 2-for-1 special this week, with Buffa getting in that despair of killing a person for real, and Kekira seeing Keiwa go down the deep end and finally grow a pair.
Turns out Daichi was just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, getting Sarah infected just for the sake of one-upping everyone.
The resulting effect ends up giving Keiwa the snaps, giving us peak emotions. But Sumini, being in tune with Keiwa, gives rise to a brand new form. Now, this episode of Geeks does give us a new form for Tycoon, but it's barely seen. We do get some more shots of it here and here, but I gotta see it in proper motion before we can talk forms. But since Zio is out at the Walmart parking lot, it's time for me to give this week's, say it with me, bye,
Rating time!
Oh, great. I'll just take my seat right here. This episode gives us peak Keiwa emotions that were long overdue. Mishaps from Sarah that you'd think she'd learn by now. But sometimes, and I mean a lot of times, it's just good to see the good guys lose. It's for that reason that this episode of Geeks is getting the Missing Ace A! Tip my crown to that one. Remember those CG hot mess suits the supporters have? I guess they decided that they were indeed a mess because methinks that with these new VIP cards, Beroba and Kekira were handed that we're in for some physical suits. But the thing is, we are down to a few weeks until the finale. There's probably about 2 months left in this show. This is the stuff that should have happened long before. But it's pretty obvious that they were last minute additions because it's either that or Bandai purposely released the Laser Rays Riser knowing that they were going to find a way to sell it to us again with new sounds. See, this is the reason why I'm Team Hasbro now. They don't release stuff only to re-release it months later. They wait at least a year. The issue that the show has now is that it's an Ace Cause problem, as him leaving the memories intact for all those involved with the DGP kinda created its own can of worms. Restoring Daichi's memories allowed him to carry out his vengeance. Neon's mom clearly remembering as well might have been either due to Ace or just sponsorship memory keeping. But it would have been kind of awkward if her mom remembered, but Neon was still in the blank state of mind. Now, Daichi feeding on baby Jamatos was a twist I did not see coming. But I guess it's the closest thing to stem cells he's got, since they are plant-based. And those also have stems. Oh, I see what you're doing there, Toei. I also like how this man took the Soviet Russia approach to Jamatos, where regular DGP Jamatos eats you, in Soviet Russia, you eat Jamatos! But with Beroba bringing in his broken ID core, there's the potential for a larger hybridization, which means Jamato riders are probably back on the menu. But I am so done with riders being the big bads at the end. Though, the question remains if Beroba and Kekira's new cards will give them rider forms or something closer to a Jamato, since their designs seem to resemble Daichi's new form and Archimedel's previous form. After a fake out on Sarah's death, they actually finally did it. And in the most underhanded way ever. It was actually executed really well in my opinion. But once again, it just feels like it's a little too late. And I know y'all are mad at a certain ponytailed individual. So, enjoy this picture to go ahead and punch your screen. I'll leave it up right now. Now, although we do get the tease of Tycoon's upgrade, it's funny that it's essentially not really a buckle, but it's played off like it's a whole new driver entirely. Think Midai Riders in ZO, where it was still the ZQ driver, just with some added shit on there. The thing is, this buckle also leaked online earlier via some drawings that were pretty close to the final product. Does that mean that their drawings for the new Buffa gear is also right on the money? If I were a betting guy, which I am, I'll put all my chips on that picture being right. Here's hoping it doesn't come to bite me in the butt. Really, the further we go into the endgame, this show is feeling more and more like a traditional rider show. But the DGP admins are just feeling weird as they're just walking around. And their plan seems to be to drive Sumidi towards her end, just to encase her in marble. Didn't really look like that's the route that they took with Mitsume. They literally just vision drivered her to stone. And they've got those vision drivers. Are they really just waiting for her abilities to fully manifest? Because if the miracle Mitsume did was just having a baby, Sumidi's already performed 2 wishes. What are they waiting for? For her to grant Buffa's wish? You actually know what? That's probably what they're waiting for. They're just trying to do the whole, like, sainthood thing to see if she can perform miracles in a grander scale before they go ahead and go like, yep, that's it, she's done cooking. Stone her up. So, what did you think about this week's Geats? Sarah getting the horns, Kawa lost in his fields, and those VIP access cards. Either way, that's it for me.
Tongue up.
For the next Geats. Catch you then. Bye.